Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Gaming with Jason. It looks like this is day 5, I believe. I still got 2 days worth of editing to get done, so that's what I get to do before I got to go to work tonight. So, what have I gotten done? Well, I've almost got a full fleet of destroyers already, which kind of like, the thing about starting a game and being in the beginning is at first it's like it's so sluggish because you get so used to it being so fast, especially like once you get into mid game. Because now we're at day 14. Excuse me. Now we're at day 14, and let's see here. I am. I've kind of I've crawled up the ranks a little bit. But again, we are at day 14. So let's go here and it takes a while to get started. It takes a minute to get your infrastructure down, but you got to be able to attack the whole time. So here, I took that city away from him. I'm making sure that this kid cannot come back. I am done with him. I want to go up here actually. I'm gonna let my recon unit take that, and then I'll get some free territory. All right. So we were fighting back and forth. So here's some things that I want to do. I want to make sure to prevent him from just randomly sending something up. So if he does that, he's probably going to go along this route. And so therefore, I want to take these junctions out. All right. So it looks like that's going. And all right. And as you see, so like I always tell you guys, I like to sit in my car and have my morning cigarette. And when I have my morning cigarette, I like to do my builds. I like to do my research. So I'll show you what it is that I do. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you are into MMOs, real-time strategy, and games like this that really require you to think and that are entertaining and that will keep you entertained for a long time, because I mean, when I play a game, I don't just play it for like 5 minutes, or I don't play it to beat it. That's a lot of the reason why I don't like console games, is because once you beat the game, you beat the game. I like games that are consistently dynamic. And so those are going to be the types of shows that you're going to see from me. Like when you see it on YouTube, I'm looking for games that are going to be entertaining. Now, I've got another game that's on my radar, and I happen to be one of the 1 million subscribers to Raptor Gaming, I think it is. And he does playthroughs. And I the only reason why I watch playthroughs is because I'm looking for new games that are entertaining. The playthroughs, because of playthroughs, I have bought um, Medieval Dynasty and, well, I mean, Civilizations. I didn't know that they had a newer one out, so I caught it on a playthrough. But just like when I go and I buy products now, I watch an unboxing video before I buy the product. Before you get a game, you wanna be able to see it played out, and I think that this is a great thing that the internet and YouTube and videos have. I think it's the benefit that it gives society, and that's what I'm bringing to the table. If you want to be able to have a content creator that you can watch him play entertaining games, or get tutorials on the games that you play and I play, because if you're not playing a game and I am, well, you don't need the tutorials for it, but and vice versa. um and yeah, anyways, I will just leave it at that. I'm just soliciting you as a subscriber, so if you'd like to join, I would love to have you become a part of my community. And I really like the interactions that I get with people. I think that's the reason that keeps me coming back, is you guys ask me questions and I love answering them, because I've been playing long enough that I have enough skill and knowledge. Now, I'm not the greatest player. I make a lot of mistakes, and I will show you how to fall up. But when it comes to when it comes to the game, I do have enough knowledge that I can teach people and share with them uh, critical things that are going to help them improve their game. And that's really the whole mission of what it is that I do. All right, guys, welcome back to the evening playthrough. I had to work today. Oh, and I got an update, and I'm going to share it with you down in the comments. It is a link to an article that explains. And so I want to talk about this for just a second because I got to read it because Beyond Dreams, he's been saying something about this. I'm like, no, I haven't found anything about this. And so I asked him, send me the article. And he sent me the article, and I'm so grateful. I hope he didn't take any offense to the way I said it. I'm busy, and so sometimes I just got to be direct. Don't take anything I say as an offense. If I ask, hey, send me the article, send me a link, because it gives me an opportunity to educate myself and then educate other users. So if you're going up and down here in the road between the junctions, you do not get a defense bonus. But if you are here in the junction, you get a defense bonus. Okay, and so that would explain because each city also has its own junction, and because you're at the main junction, you get a bonus, but it doesn't tell you. I'll put the article in there. I read over it really quick because I had to get this done, and I looked at it really quick. I didn't see anything offhand. Maybe you might find something. Maybe you could tell me, but it doesn't tell how much of a bonus. It just says that you get an entrenchment bonus when you're there, but it also talks about entrenchment buildings. And I'm wondering if they're pulling from that to say, okay, yeah, because here's the thing. If I go in here and I put a combat outpost, I'm going to get a 33% less damage. I'm going to get a 33% bonus. So if I'm going to get a 33% bonus from this, and then I also get something for the junction, then I'm getting a serious bonus here. And this is something that you might want to use. And you'll see me do this from time to time. I'll see a big stack coming at me, and my stack isn't going to last very well. I will stop at a junction, and this only takes about an hour to build. As you see, an hour. It takes an hour to build. So if you can wait out an hour, stay in a junction and put one of those in as somebody's attacking you, man, the amount of damage that you're able to inflict. And they're just sitting there going, how did you do that? And I've done it multiple times. It's very humorous. Okay, so I wanted to let you know an update there, and this is why I do this channel, because I mean I'm going to learn new things. If I knew everything, I would be probably the developer, but I'm not the developer. So looking at this here, I am at the end of the day, I'm here to give you tutorials. If you're looking for a tutorial, there you go. Um, there was one of the many tutorials that I give, and this is the place for you. If you are looking for new games and you want to watch a playthrough, this might be a channel that you want to subscribe to. I like strategy games. I like simulation games. I play PC games. I'm not a console player unless I'm playing Madden. Madden is the only game that I will play. It's the only thing I play on console are sports games. It's very rare that I will play anything on a console that is more than a sports game. So if you like that, go ahead and subscribe, and you'll be able to find games. Because I found a game because I subscribe to a gamer called Raptor. I mean, the guy's got a lot of subscribers. He's well known, and he puts up new games, and he's the reason why I'm thinking of getting this Leave No Man Behind or Leave No One Behind, because it's right in this genre. It's a war game, and I seem to really like war games. Ebony was a war game. This is a war game, and in a lot of ways, even Medieval Dynasty is a war game. But you're not fighting armies. What you're doing is you're contributing to the king that contributes to the sources, or what you're doing is you're fighting bandits, and when you fight those bandits, that in itself, it is about as you have to have about as much strategy in that game just to beat bandits as you do to win this. And so it does require some strategy, but it's mostly simulation. But those are the type of games I play, and if you're into those type of games, hey, watch this channel. Subscribe. I will see you guys when you show up, and hey, be sure to leave comments. Let me know what it is that you think I'm missing. Beyond Dreams, I really appreciate it. You did a great job, and so I'm giving you a shout out in this segment because I just read your article. And so let me get into what it is that I'm doing, because right now I'm attacking France, but I want to give you a little bit more of an update. But I wanted to update you on a course correction for me as far as information. Now I understand. All right, so let's get into this. All right, as you see, I beat Mali. Those ships really made a difference. And I will tell you, the reason why I was having trouble is because I didn't get air units at the beginning. I I would have never thought to have air units like that. I would have never realized how important they were at the beginning of the game. I know they were important later in the game, but in the beginning of the game, I should have known this, but apparently I didn't. So that's a lot of the reason why I've been struggling in this game. Now that I've got my air units, now you see I'm starting to pick up speed because I was able to offer cover so I can send my infantry. Because usually what all I want my infantry to do is just to capture territory. I want my air units and my ships, I want them to do all the fighting because they can do it at an arm's length, and that protects my infantry, and then that way I can hold territory and focus because infantry is better as a defense. That is really infantry strength is defense. That's why when you saw him coming the other day and I stopped, it was because of defense. And because the defense was higher than the attack. So I got that. And getting back on topic though, as you see, it looks like there's nothing there. So let me put some over here. And where is, okay, there he is. I think that those guys are fine. So let me put a unit over there. So you see how essentially what I did was I attacked him and attacked him with my planes, him with my halos. I sent the guy here. Now he's going up over here. Oh, I got more infantry. So now I can send him up here just like that. Oh, I got more infantry. So now I can put him up here like that. And let's see. Oh, I got another plane. Yay! All right, there's my plane. So I am going to cancel him so that I can get a full stack of planes. I got 5 instead of 4. There's strength in numbers. Okay. So I will be able to take out France. I'm probably going to have to go look at the other videos to figure out where all of his units are. But I'm playing in somewhat in the dark. I know he doesn't have a lot, and I know he's been AFK the whole time, so it should be pretty easy to conquer him. But that's what I'm going to be working on for tonight. I've got this done. I think right now what I really need to do is either build my coalition, and I got to tell you, Ukraine is doing a phenomenal job. Noobs are getting really, really good. I remember when I first started, I looked at a noob and I saw them, and I'm like, yeah, dude, you don't know what you're doing. But some of these new guys, because of the amount of tutorials that are out there from guys like me and Melodus Gaming and B2, I mean, I'm not the only one that does this. I'm just probably the only one. I might be just one of the interesting ones, or you're trying to consume a lot of information on the game that you play. But all of us give these tutorials, and in these tutorials, it is making even the new people better. And it's it's gut wrenching because it means that now my 20% win rate is going to go down significantly because now you prey on the weak. It is what war is about. The stronger nation always wins, and a strong nation goes after a weak nation to get less losses and to get an ego boost. And that's exactly what happens in this game. But that's what I've got going there. I have, let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, so I can do, let's see. Do I have my naval patrol? Yes, I want my naval patrol. All right, so now I'm building these quicker. And do I have, oh no, I'm gonna have to go after this. And as you see, now I'm able to, oh, can I go after these? Yeah. And see, this is how you get your resources. So I had a lot of these, but not a lot of these, or vice versa. And you remember when I was complaining how I was so top heavy here, but now that I've got units that are taking from both, because I got another air unit, but it is a gunship instead of this because it requires supplies versus what it requires here. And then what I can do in my infantry, 750, 550, yeah, that's been upgraded, by the way. Man, the recordings on this get really, really in depth or get really big because if you remember, I was barely doing like 5 minutes a segment. Now I'm doing like 15, 20 minutes a segment. And if you're checking in for 15, 20 minutes 3 times a day, you will be able to have the same success, if not better success, because you're gonna have your own way of doing things. And when you do, you'll be successful.
And I think that again, getting back to the whole noobs though with the games, I'm really ecstatic, but it is forcing me to change my game, and it is not pretty. And I expect my losing percentage to go down, and because as the competition gets up to where, see, a lot of the learning curve in this game is figuring out your units, figuring out technology, and figuring out essentially what are the tasks that you need to do to be able to win. For example, it doesn't matter how many of these tiles you collect, it's about these, it's about the cities, because you get resources and you get more points, because I get 6 victory points versus 1 victory point. And understanding this helps you understand how to grow your points, and that you are looking to take the cities and surrounding territories, but your primary focus is the cities. If you look, you notice every avenue I'm attacking is the cities. I take the cities and then I go and I do all this, because at that point, all this is just open land. I've already disabled you. You have no way to build any troops. You have no way to do anything, and it just makes it easier for you or for me to take you out and then go get all those, because that's 1 point by 1 point by 1 point by 1 point. Am I making my point? And that's the thing about these provinces. Now you do need them, and there are resource tiles like this one right here. Oh, that's a resource tile. Now that's more valuable than this, but not as valuable as this. Okay, and understanding your priorities in this game as a new person is important. And this is really what I try, and what I'm trying to do here on this channel. I'm sure that the other creators are doing the same thing. And as you see, also I am going after the islands, and I am going to want to go after Bermuda next. I want to create a landing space so that when whoever, because it's going to be an ally member, whichever one of my ally members decides he wants to go over here to the US, I want to at least give him a landing pad and say, okay, here you go. Because he's gonna sit and go attack, and next thing you know, he's gonna be like, wow, I can get there really quick. Because look, he'll be able to go from his air base, and there's going to be air bases on all of these, so that I can get the maximum distance from my naval patrol. And then that means I can cover just between here and here, I could cover the whole Atlantic Ocean. And if I want to cover the South Atlantic, I come down here. Okay. That's really the big purpose is you want to be able to cover a large enough range. So look at the Russia Ukraine thing. The reason why Russia is going after Ukraine is because NATO is expanding onto their borders. Russia has been invaded many times over its 1200 year history. And that is their biggest fears, that they've been overran, and they have been razed to the ground multiple times and had to rebuild their civilization after pushing out the conquerors. So when you have NATO on your doorstep, and what used to be a buffer was Ukraine, so that you had to go through Ukraine to get to Russia, it gave Russia enough time to respond because of its 1200-year history. In the same sense, you want to do the same thing here. You want to be able to have that buffer zone so that you can create a cushion and have enough warning and enough notice to stop any threat coming from any direction. And so that's why you want your buffers. That's why I went after Morocco. Well, I ended up going after Morocco first. I should go after Algeria next, and that's why I'm going after France, is because I need to have that buffer that says that before you can attack me, you've got to go through these areas first. And hopefully I'm either on or I'm aware, and I can catch you and stop you in your tracks before you get on my shores. And honestly, that is the difference between a good player and a bad player, is what kind of buffer zone are you creating? All right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey, if you like this, hey, I subscribe. There's going to be more of it. If you want a tutorial, I got plenty of tutorials. Subscribe for that as well. See you tomorrow.